no-brainer for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Available only at...
This morning, an investigation is underway after shots are fired inside of a recording studio here in downtown LA. I'm Omar Lewis. We'll have the latest details coming up in a live report.
Tragedy at Disneyland as officials confirm the death of one of their employees following an accident at the park. What went wrong ahead?
And the trash wars continue overseas as North Korea sends another batch of rubbish over the border to South Korea. We'll explain.
Good Sunday morning. Look at that camera behind me. We're seeing some very light rain or heavy drizzle, whatever you want to call it this morning. We'll talk about the rest of the weekend forecast and this week's forecast, all coming up.
I'm going to say mist, go away.
Yeah.
That's how I would describe it, but I'm not the professional here. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to your Sunday edition of the KTLA Weekend Show. I am Megan Tellis.
And I'm Kirk Hawkins in for Lauren Lister.
Good to have you here, Kurt.
I think you're onto something. It felt like mist.
Yeah.
You know, what's the old standard song, Play Misty for Me? That's what I felt like.
Ooh,
Someone.
You want to sing it for
I
us,
felt
Kurt?
like I won't go that far. Do a little dance for it.
You're welcome to, though.
Yeah.
And we invite it, actually. But this is what we're seeing outside. It was enough that the windshield wipers went on for me driving in this morning, so don't be surprised if it's a little bit heavier than what we saw yesterday. And just know, you'll see in the 70s coming up a little bit later in the show, we do have the possibility of drizzle in the forecast for most areas, I'll say, for the rest of the week. Long Beach, 64 right now, 63 in Santa Ana, 61 in Burbank. Clear skies already, though. Pretty breezy, and 61 right now in Lancaster. It'll be another day where it takes a while for that marine layer to clear, and again, the possibility of drizzle over the next several hours. Partly cloudy for some of us this afternoon, but we'll see a lot more sunshine for downtown and the valleys today. Temperatures this afternoon will be slightly cooler than yesterday. 76 for Van Nuys, 89 in Palmdale, 79 for Chino, and 70 today for Santa Ana. Back to you.
Casey, thanks. We begin with breaking news in downtown LA, where police are investigating an early morning shooting.
It took place in the Fashion District outside a recording studio. KTLA's Omar Lewis is live at police headquarters this morning with the very latest details on what we know about the shooting. Omar, what are you learning at this hour?
Yeah, Megan and Kirk, I can tell you that we're still working to gather information from LAPD detectives out here. But what we know right now is that those shots were fired inside of a recording studio with more than a dozen people inside. It all happened at the corner of 9th and San Pedro in downtown LA. Let's take you to video this morning and show you as officers detained multiple people who were inside of that recording studio. The first calls for help came in just before 3 a.m. with reports of shots fired from inside the building on 9th and San Pedro. Units from LAPD Central and Newton divisions, they responded to the scene. According to initial reports, police identified about 20 people inside of that recording studio. Officers were seen instructing everyone to come out with their hands up before entering the building to ensure that it was secure. An LAPD helicopter also arrived overhead, circling the area to assist in this investigation and search for potential suspects. Medics were also on scene to help possible shooting victims. Currently, it remains unclear how many people were shot and the condition of any victims. We are also awaiting information on a suspect and the possible motive behind this incident. So again, back out here live, this investigation is still in the very early stages. Police have cleared that area for now, but they are still investigating, still talking to witnesses, and trying to piece together the latest details of how and why shots were fired inside of a recording studio here in downtown LA. That's the latest for now. I'm Omar Lewis. We'll send it back to you inside the studio in Hollywood.
Omar, thank you for that update. Now to this, breaking news in Pomona. That is where a driver was injured in a car-to-car BB gun shooting on the eastbound 10 freeway. It took place around 11 o'clock just west of the 605. The victim suffered cuts to the neck from the shattered glass. He was able to exit at Fairplex Drive, where a CHP officer was able to render aid. The suspect's vehicle was located in San Dimas, and a male and female were taken into custody. CHP officers also recovered a BB gun inside of the car.